What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with today's Spill the Tea episode. I got a lot of juicy tea for you guys, so get ready. But before we start, make sure you hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel, as well as hit that notification bell button so you know when my videos drop. And make sure you thumbs up this video. It would help me out a lot. So thank you in advance. Okay, so my first bit of tea is Fabolous and Emily B had their baby girl whose name is Journey Isabella. Here's a picture of little Journey. She is gorgeous. She is really pretty. Cutie, cutie, cutie. She didn't come out with red hair like the boys did. She has black hair. I thought that she would most definitely be a redhead, but she's, has dark hair like her mom. Beautiful baby. I just can't get over the fact that she took him back after he allegedly punched out her front teeth and tried to cut her daddy and beat her ass. Like, are they even married yet? Did they ever get married? I think that he did marry her so she couldn't testify against him or some shit like that, if I'm remembering correctly. But even with that being said, if they are married and that was the reason why, like, you married a nigga under duress not because he loved you and, wanted to make, an honest woman out of you, if that's what you want to say, but because he didn't want you to testify against him, you were still the girlfriend for 15 damn years or however long y'all been together. But girl, if you like it, I love it, girl. All right. Lil Bow Wow has shown us a picture of his little boy. He already had a little girl with Joy Chavez, or however you say her last name. It is raining outside. Ooh. But he now has a little boy who is gorgeous. He is a cutie pie. Cutie, so cute. I don't know the child's name, but he is a cutie. I don't really see it for his daddy per se, but God bless the child who has his own. And then in our last bit of baby news, Usher has shown us his brand new baby girl named Sovereign Beau. Here she is. She's cute. Cute. I don't really like that picture. It's kind of, it's creeping me out. She looked fake. I don't know. I don't like the picture. I want to say something else, but I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, she's a cutie pie though. She's really really cute. I like her name, Sovereign Beau. That's cute. But yeah, so congratulations to them. So do Usher got the herp or not? Like, that's what I want to know. Does he have the herp or does he not? Because who is letting Usher nut up in them after all of that shit? Like, I need to see your STD results, bruh. Like, we need to go get tested together. Like, I need to know what the fuck is going on. So Moniece Slaughter, ex Love and Hip Hop Hollywood castmate, recently sat down and did an interview with who is this? She did an interview. The Monty Show, and she was questioned about her past relationships, and this is what she had to say.
Have you dated a lot of celebrities? Mm-hmm. Okay, now, which one did you enjoy dating the most?
Shaq.
That was
he's gonna kill me for that, but yeah.
And then when was that?
Around the time that I met Sham, 2011, 2012, so before TV.
How was sex with Shaq?
Fun.
It was fun?
Yeah.
Please, I have to know. I mean,
it was fun.
Fun.
I do draw the line at some point. It was fun.
Fun. You wouldn't play measurements.
It's great.
Okay, because they're guessing his size.
It's a good size.
It has to be.
I mean, he himself is huge, right? And I'm 5'2". So he's 7'1".
Yes.
So we had to get a little creative at times. That was a fun time in my life.
Now, how long were you guys dating or seeing each other or whatever?
A year.
Now, is this an exclusive? Have you ever talked about this?
I've never actually talked about it.
When you were with him, did you feel like it was exclusive, or were you like, I know how it is?
I mean, we definitely, I was told that that's what it was. I mean, when we met, literally the first thing he said to me was, and I don't know why my dumb ass even listened to this, but I guess I'm a hopeless romantic. He said to me, I'm done with being a player. I'm ready to settle down. Some. And I was like,
Oh, God. Okay, so she also went on to discuss her relationship with Scrap from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and their sex life. I believe she said, if I'm remembering correctly, that Shaq was better in the bed than Scrap, if I'm remembering correctly. But you can check out the rest of the interview on whoever this nigga is, channel or whatever the fuck he do this bullshit on. But like, just the thought of having sex with Shaq make me literally want to throw up. Like, when she was talking, I felt like I smelled him in my house. Like, Shaq looked like he smelled like Chinaman. He looked like he funky. He looked like he don't bathe at all, or at least not good enough. Have you seen that nigga feet before? Like, oh my God, just Google Shaq feet, and just his feet alone, I would never fucking fuck that nigga. Because if he scratch you with one of his toenails, bitch, you gonna need a tetanus shot. All of his toenails are black, and they look like dragon claws. Like, the fact that his feet look like that, and then he looked like he musty. He looked like he probably sweat a lot in bed. He like he sweat a lot, period. He look like one of them niggas just walk around just sweating even when he's standing still. And like his balls stink. He like he smell like leftover collard greens and pig feet. Like I would never, I don't give a fuck how much money you pay me, could have sex with that big nigga. Like, ew. Disgusting. Better you than me, bitch. No ma'am, no God, no sir. And then with that big ass nigga, you can only fuck him but one way, either doggy style or on your side. Cause bitch, you would never lay on top of me and kill me. No ma'am. Not girl. I'm gonna file a malpractice suit after I get done fucking you, nigga. Cause I refuse. So J-Lo recently released a new song, and in the song she calls herself a black woman from the Bronx. So she says the lyric reads, "Yo siempre seré tu negrita del Bronx." Here's a picture of her and her mother and father. Now, granted, people of Puerto Rican descent are African American, Native American, and European. Okay, we all get that in their, in the lines of history. But nowhere in life does Jennifer Lopez show up as a black woman. She's never presented herself in that way. I know in the past she used the N-word on certain tracks early on in her career. But what, girl? What? Everybody want to be black until it's time to really be black. You have been a proud Boricua or whatever the hell you call yourself since you came out. Always at the Spanish Pride parades. Like, I ain't never seen you celebrate Black History Month. Like, the fuck? What is you talking about? So, on Twitter, they said, somebody said, Miss at J-Lo singing She's Always Gonna Be the Negrita from the Bronx. Really? Woo, the stupidity of it all. Somebody else said, I can't believe J-Lo, aka a whole white woman, called herself a negrita. White Latinas are really out of control. LOL. Somebody else said, J-Lo, get your all lives matter ass on. Because yes, she did go there. I'm mad we let you into our space in the first place, talking about I'm some damn negrita. Somebody else said J-Lo really had the nerve to call herself Tu Negrita del Bronx with a straight face. Y'all better check up before I do. Somebody else said J-Lo is not black. She's always been proud of being a Latina. As a Latina woman, you should know better. Your flippany is not surprising. If people started claiming to be Hispanic, you would be singing a different tune, but there's no benefit in claiming that. So, girl. That's all I got to say about that. Let me take a sip of water. Because 2020 got you niggas acting crazy. So, Carole Baskin has come out and told the world she is bisexual. I mean, I ain't nobody surprised by that. You the cat lady. Meow. Like, obviously, you like pussy. The bitch walk around in leopard print and cheetah print every day of her life. She has dedicated her life to the pussy cat. So obviously you like the puss, bitch. Like, ain't nobody surprised by it. You got that little weak ass man over there that's your husband now after you killed the first one. And you run that relationship and you probably got a bitch on the side that live with y'all in the other room. Like, yeah, Carole, ain't nobody surprised about the fact that you like pussy. Meow. Like, girl, I just want to know who fucking Carole. Like, girl, Carole look like she dominant in the bed. Carole look like she wrapped that hair up, baby, and go to work on that ass, girl. Carole look like she got all the strap-ons, bitch, all the vibrators, all the whips, all the chains, girl. Carole look like she gets down. Carole look like she get busy. Carole look like she go to key parties. Carole look like she is a swinger, bitch. I am here for it, Carole. Keep yourself in the news however which way you can, bitch. I don't blame you. So recently, Lil Boosie sat down with Mike Tyson via his YouTube and podcast show, Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson confronted Lil Boosie badass and all that foam that be right here on the side of his mouth about his homophobic comments towards Dwayne Wade's daughter, Zahara, or whatever the little girl name is. So this is what Mike Tyson had to say. And if you have not watched it, you need to watch it. It is must-see television. Mike Tyson cracks me the hell up because who gonna beat him up? Like, and he knows it. Who gonna beat me up? What you gonna do? Nothing. Like, anybody else that came at Boosie the way that Mike Tyson comes at him in this interview, he would have probably tried to jump bad with. But that nigga was scared out of his mind when Mike Tyson went in on him. So here's what Mike Tyson said to this nigga.
Say things about person that might be a homosexual. Why do you say that about them? Do you feel the possibility that you're a homosexual and you by disrespect them, you further yourself from being a homosexual? I think you may like homosexuals. Nah. I'm straight as an arrow. I'm just saying, I'm not saying you are, but why do you have? If you're straight, why do you? I really commented on the Dwayne Wade situation because I got offended because it's a child. That's why I really got offended. And that's why I really said if it was a motherfucking 19-year-old, 18-year-old grown person, I probably would. I know I wouldn't have said that. But why did you? But I felt like I'm just saying, hey, I'm not judging you. Don't ever think I'm here judging you. I'm just trying to understand you. Yeah. And I got some demons. You ain't in my world when it comes to demons. Why do you say that? Yeah. Okay, but just tell me why. It was just like, I just felt like, that's a child. I feel like a child ain't at 12 can't make that decision. I felt like that's just how I felt. And certain things I talk about on like that, I just felt like that was going too far. I agree with you. You calling him or her, like that's just going too far. At 12 years, always like. What? Check this out. I agree with you 100%, right? I agree with you, right? Me, I agree with you. But check this out. Who the fuck am I to say anything? We can't, what I think don't mean a motherfucking thing. You know what I mean? But I got a big ego. I think I'm somebody that can help the world because I'm like Tyson. You know what I mean? I created this fucking image of I ain't Mike Tyson. No one in this. Yeah. Okay.
Period, Pooh. Like, exactly. Who the fuck am I? Who am I to say something? It ain't my child. It ain't my life. So I just need to shut up. We all can have opinions, but at the end of the day, that ain't your motherfucking child. But he said, because I'm thinking you might be a homosexual. I'm thinking that you that shit tickled the fuck out of me. I hollered. I over the summer read Mike Tyson's biography. I didn't finish it. I think I maybe had about 30% left to read because at some point during the story it got monotonous. It was like repeating itself. It was the same scenario over and over again. He is a very strange bird, strange fruit. When he says that he got a lot of demons, that nigga ain't lying. That nigga had a wild life like that. Jamie Foxx will be playing him in an upcoming movie, and he had a wild life from the beginning of his existence. It was just wild. But he suffers from addiction and depression and insecurities and all of these different things. But it's something about Mike Tyson that is sexy to me. Not them teeth, because he got baby teeth still, and I need for him to get them fixed. But when he is in the ring sparring, and he be like, I'm a huge boxing fan. That shit get my hot box flaming, goddamn it. That shit turns me the fuck on. And I heard that he's really, really good in bed too. Yeah, but that shit was great. I love that whole interview. I'm glad that he asked Boosie about that. I'm glad that he also checked that little nigga with his ugly ass looking like a burnt fucking French fry from McDonald's. Girl, yeah, that was a great interview. Like, you need to watch it. So Tamar Braxton has announced that she is coming out with her own podcast. Here's what she had to say.
I get to tell my story the way I see it, giving my perspective on and letting you hear me for a change instead of seeing all the antics and all the extras and all that stuff that come along. The year 2020 has everything to do with vision, and we have all been forced to look deep within, but sometimes when you look so deep, you find that you don't like what's been going on. And most of us don't have the coping skills to deal with the shit that we don't like, that we have been trying to hide. Under Construction with me, your girl Tamar Braxton, premieres on November 11th. Subscribe now on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, so the first episode is up right now. I haven't listened to it because I didn't even know it came out on November 11th. But I'm going to check it out to give it a chance and see what I think about it. I think that this is a good idea for her to be able to show the other side of herself, like she said, without all the and girl and have several seats and all that shit that she used to do or whatever. She wants people to see another side of her. So I think this will give her the opportunity to do so. So I'm here for it. I'm going to support and see what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'll be listening to it every damn week. But yeah, I'm going to try it out. I'm going to try it out and see how I feel about, what she got going on over there in the podcast world. Everybody seems like they're getting a podcast nowadays and a YouTube channel. So I ain't surprised by none of this. Pharrell is launching his own skincare line. He is 47 years old, and his line, the skincare line will be called Human Race Skincare. I don't like that name, Human Race. What the fuck, for real? Like, nigga, you couldn't have came up with a better title than that. But the long running joke and gag has been about, Pharrell and his ageless beauty. Like, you know, he just continues to age backwards. He's a very gorgeous man, beautiful skin. I think I've told this story on my channel once before, but the first time I went to Miami back in, what was it, 2006, 2007, we were at a stoplight and I was in the back seat. My best friend Monique was in the front. Losha was in the front seat, and then our close friend D was driving. We pulled up to a light down in South Beach, and right on the side of us was a white Bentley. And next thing we knew, Pharrell came out of the driver's side. And I swear to God, no lie, it was like the sun was beaming down onto this nigga face. We talk about this shit to this day. That nigga skin, and this is the part that we talk about to this day, how that nigga skin looked like a kiss from Jesus. Like, that nigga's skin was beautiful. Like, I have never seen a man that looked like that in person. Like he looked like his shit was airbrushed, my nigga. Like, that man was gorgeous. Like, so when he got out the car, like his car was literally this close to ours. So he got out the car, he looked in at us when he was, you know, getting out, and we was looking like, oh my God, that's fucking for real. And he was going into this house that was right there. I guess it was a studio or something inside, because it was niggas sitting outside on the porch or whatever. But that nigga was absolutely stunningly beautiful. Oh my God. Like, I have never seen skin so supple, so smooth, so bronzy. Like, so I wasn't shocked when I found out this news that he would be starting a skincare line. I however, don't like the title. Human race. Like, what the fuck they got to do with anything? Like, I don't like it. Find a different title. But yeah, I'm here for it. So En Vogue's Dawn Robinson isn't opposed to an En Vogue reunion, but doesn't think that Rona Bennett should be there. And Rona Bennett is one of the substitute members that joined the group after Dawn and the other young lady left the group. I forgot, Maxine, when Maxine left the group. So what's the story? In a recent interview, Dawn Robinson said she was doing shows with Maxine Jones as part of the Funky Divas before COVID-19 hit. But she said the pandemic isn't the reason why they stopped. She said that kind of fell apart for a different reason. It was a personal situation that happened between her and I. I know it happened a long time ago, but it was something I couldn't let go. I just couldn't trust her after that, so it was just personal with me. I always say this. Also, Cindy and Terry were trying to get the name Funky Divas. They don't go by Funky Divas. They go by En Vogue. I left in 1997. I came back to the group in 2009 for our 20-year anniversary, and we toured the States and overseas. I don't understand why they're fighting to get the name. I thought they were being nasty and vicious. I just said to hell with it. Every time I try to go back and do something with them, it just blows up. Some things are just better left undone and finished. Despite the issues, she said that she's open to a reunion, but doesn't think Rona Bennett should be there. She feels like Rona should step back and let them do it. My thing is, you and Maxine decided to tour together as the Funky Divas, but instead of hashing out whatever your issues with her before y'all started this shit, you then in the middle want to bring up some shit that happened a long time ago that you just can't let go of, and you don't trust her. Like, what is wrong with this lady? Like, it seemed like wherever there's a problem, she's the one that it follows. Like, I don't really understand it. And then as far as Cindy and Terry trying to take the name Funky Divas, I do think that's petty as shit. Like, y'all go by En Vogue. Don't nobody even know nothing about no goddamn Funky Divas. I know that was what they used to call themselves as a little synonym back in the day, but like, girl, what? I don't, girl, all right. But I think that that's petty. Let her go on and do the little Funky Divas thing. Y'all En Vogue, y'all got that. But as far as Dawn feeling like if they did do a 30-year reunion, that Rona should step back. I don't agree with that, because you left, you did you only want to come back when it's an anniversary and you know you got about to get a good bag, but then you want to skedaddle for the next 9 years. Like, that's not right. She's the one that's in the trenches performing, touring, doing interviews, doing sound checks like that. She is a member now. Like, you just can't disregard what she has brought to the group after all these years. I think that's wrong. Like, Don needs to go somewhere and have several fucking seats. Like, that's not right. But I've always loved Cindy. Cindy was always my favorite. I loved Cindy. Like, oh, she was just so beautiful to me and still is. All of the ladies are absolutely stunningly gorgeous. But Don needs to get somewhere and sit down and figure out what the fuck is wrong with her and why she can't never get along with nobody. So you remember 2 years ago when Kevin Hart was exposed for cheating on his now wife, innocuous, examination, Excedrin, elliptical machine, electrolyte. I forgot the girl name. Anywho, so you know, he said that his ex-friend was the one who set him up and tried to extort him. So his ex-friend JT Jackson recently sat down with his lawyer and said that Kevin made the whole sex tape extortion story up to make himself look good. This is what him and his lawyer had to say.
However, and I will tell you this, I don't know if JT can tell you or even knows this, but like I just said, you have a case of celebrity justice where you have a very powerful celebrity with a team of high profile and high powered attorneys and agents and managers putting pressure on the district attorney's office to pursue charges. Because the stronger they go against JT, the more of a victim Kevin Hart becomes.
Honestly, my take on it is they thought that I was just this black dude that couldn't afford a lawyer, you know, and they probably rolled the dice and thought I was going to get a public defender. No offense to public defenders, but they made so much noise in the beginning. Maybe due to perk walk, you know, we got the guy. Kevin put out the Twitter, and it was just.
However, and I would
big thing, you know, and again, like how he said, now it's the pie in the face. It's just like, oh shit, now they can, but it would make them look, you know, extremely bad. And they probably thought about some lawsuit or whatnot. If they just come out and say, oh, well, we made a mistake. Kevin was never extorted.
And by that time, Kevin had shifted the narrative. This started out as a man who cheated on his pregnant wife on her birthday weekend in Vegas. That's how the story was run for a long time. And Kevin's team was successful in shifting that narrative to Kevin being the victim of something that happened in Las Vegas. And they weren't about to risk going back to Kevin going back to being that guy who cheated on his wife.
Absolutely. 100%. Right. Big thing.
Yeah. Well, just lastly, and to wrap this up, what was your reaction to when you got official word that the charges were dropped against you? Where were you? What were those reactions?
I was just like, I knew it was going to be. I was just like, man, it didn't move me. I'm mad because it took so long. You know what I mean? Like,
JT has been stone cold since the moment I met him.
And just lastly, in the wrap this up.
So I didn't know that the charges against him were dropped. It says the judge said there was insufficient evidence to move forward with prosecuting JT with attempted concealing and selling stolen property and one count of unauthorized use of personal identifying information, which is identity theft. Do I think that Kevin made up the whole extortion story? I mean, to me, I don't really see why he would make up the extortion story, because at the end of the day, we all were like, we didn't give a fuck about that part. We gave a fuck that you cheated on your pregnant wife who was about to have y'all baby literally within weeks. That's what we gave a fuck about. We didn't even give a fuck about the second part of it being a friend of yours that set it up and da-da-da. Nobody give a fuck about that. I feel like that really didn't make him look any better. It just showed that you was a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't really know if he would make that up. I mean, if he did, that's fucked up. that he would, turn on a so-called friend and accuse them or something like that just to take some heat off him. It just really doesn't make any sense and add up to me. But if the man didn't do it, great, he didn't do it. If he did do it, he gonna have to, deal with that, at some time, because karma comes around. But the whole thing is just ridiculous at this point. When that whole thing happened with Kevin and Encyclopedia, I remember like maybe about 5 or 6 months prior, he had did an interview on the Breakfast Club. It was his last time actually being on the Breakfast Club, I believe. And in that interview, he was talking about, how he cheated on Tori and, he learned his lesson and he would never do that again. He's 100% in his marriage. And then months later, that happened. And I was like, these niggas be out here capping. And he was basically saying in the interview, like, you know what I'm saying, that happened then with Tori because, their relationship basically wasn't meant to be or whatever the case may be. And he's changed. And, basically this situation is a better situation for me. This is the love of my life. Girl, niggas be out here straight capping, bro. Like capping. And, it just goes to show that, people just be trying to make themselves seem more than what they are, be putting on airs and stuff like that, and still be the same trifling ass niggas that they always have been. He has that documentary on Netflix, I Can't Make This Shit Up or whatever. I think that's what it's called. You should really watch it if you have not. And it really shows Kevin and who he really is. He seems like a person to me who is hard-headed. He's trying so hard not to be like his father that he's ending up to be exactly like him. He's arrogant at times. And he seems like a type of person that God keeps on trying to get his attention with all of these scandals that he keeps on having with the DUI, the cheating on his wife, then the car accident that he just had. Like, God keeps on trying to get his attention, but he hasn't learned his lesson yet, whatever that lesson may be in life. And it's going to take for him to have a rock bottom moment, prayerfully, for him to get it together. But I don't think that he still has gotten it. And what's her name? Elliptical Machine. She seems like she's very ditzy. She's just like the get along, go along girl, where, whatever Kevin says is pretty much Bible. And I feel like this wasn't the first time that he cheated on her. It was just the first time we found out, because even in the documentary, she was like, you embarrassed me. How could you do this? It wasn't like, nigga, you cheated on me. The fuck is wrong with you? She was like, the world knows. Like, it's just a mess, child. Tori, girl, you won at the end of the day. So Pam from Total, can't you see what you do to me? I love was meant to be. You were made for me. Okay, so Pam for Total, about a year or so ago, she alleged that her ex-husband, Jamie Long, sexually assaulted her. And she said that he was abusive. Her ex-husband is now married to Cynthia, no, not Cynthia, Centoya Brown, the young lady that was in jail and got pardoned or whatever. And they started dating or whatever, and they got married, and she came out and, like I said, and said that the man was abusive towards her and sexually assaulted her, and that Centoya needs to watch her back because he's basically using her, this and that. Well, she is now retracting all of that. So she went to Instagram and says, I come before you today with deep regrets concerning a statement that I'm about to make. On October the 20th, 2019, for my show, Pam's World, I made a comment about my ex-husband, Jamie Long, and that comment was that he forces himself on women. And right after that, I said, do you remember that night? Basically, I was telling the world that my ex-husband forced himself on me sexually, and that was a lie. Jamie, I'm sorry for what it is that I have said about you. I'm sorry for the shame that I have brought to your name, to your family, to you, your wife, your mom, your sister, and those who love you. Also to my family, my church, to my friends, to those who love me, who had no idea that this was a lie that I said concerning Jamie. I ask that you forgive me. Jamie, I'm sorry. I know sorry does not make up for what I have said, but I ask that you will find it in your heart to forgive me for what I have done to you and your family. See, bitches like this, there needs to be like some type of prosecution for people that lie about rape or assault or whatever the case may be. People in general, women and men, like this shit that's gonna follow that man for the rest of his life, where people are going to associate him oh, ain't that the man that old girl from Toda said used to beat on her, used to sexually assault? Like that shit is going to follow that man for the rest of his life. Like, what was the point of you doing it? Was you mad because he moved on to somebody else and you just bitter and just wanted to feel hurt him because you hurt? Like, I'm so tired of people, and then you want to beg for forgiveness and say, forgive me, Lord, and the church, and this, and that. Like, that shit is dead ass wrong. Like, that was fucked up that you did that to that man. It didn't help you. It didn't make you feel no better. Now you're going to be looked at as a fucking liar. Like, was it worth it at the end of the day? No. Because at the end of the day, now you looking crazy, and now it just shows that, this is going to further not help people who have been sexually assaulted or have been abused, because when they say it, then the first thing is like, no, because people start looking at them like you can't believe what everybody's saying because so many people lie about shit. But for the real victims, now they gonna have even a harder time coming out because of people like you who fuck up everything for everybody else. And that's why so many women keep the shit to themselves. They're like, ain't nobody gonna believe me. You know what I'm saying? Because of situations like this. Like, that was just fucked up. Like, really. And I love Pam. God damn with your ugly ass. Fuck her. So, in my last two stories, Chaday's transgender son, Isaac Theo, shares photos of reconstructive scars. Her 23-year-old was born as Saday's daughter, I ain't gonna even try to pronounce this name, but made a full medical transition to a man. But now he has let his followers in on a couple of photos that he shared with Pride. Here is photos of what's his child name now? Isaac Theo. And here's a picture of him and Chaday together. She's very supportive. I just want some more music, child. Here's photos of him in the hospital after surgery. That amazes me, like how people can straight up turn into a whole other gender. That's what just goes to show you, like, shit is relative. It's all fucking relative. Like, we 5 seconds away from being a nigga, or a nigga 5 seconds away from being a bitch. That's why it cracks me up when people want to be so mad about somebody being gay. Like, the fuck, girl. Anywho, but I'm happy that he's living in his truth. I'm happy that Sade is supportive of his decisions and everything. And I'm just praying that he lives a wonderful life. So congratulations to him. Sade, where's the new music, bitch? That's what I give a fuck about. We need a new album, goddammit. Shit. The world is coming to an end, basically. Shit, we need some music while we going on to Jesus, going on beyond. And then my last story, so Larsa Pippen, who I like to call Eliza, because I don't know who this lady is, because this ain't Larsa. This is Eliza. I don't know who this lady is. Let me show y'all why I say that, because here's some before and after photos of how Larsa used to look, and now this new lady named Liza, because I don't know who she is. This is Larsa over here. Over there is Liza, because child, she done changed herself to a whole Kardashian. It's obvious that Larsa got her eyes done. She got a nose job. She got fillers. She got her lips done. We all know she got her titties done. She got her hips carved out. She got her ass done. She is a whole new woman. You wouldn't be able to tell me in a lineup that this was the same bitch. You wouldn't even be able to tell me. Child, I have to say that the work looks good on Liza. But she is a whole new bitch, a whole new woman. You would think that they were sisters and not the same goddamn person. But like she literally transformed herself into the sixth Kardashian sister. Like that shit is crazy, bruh. Crazy. But anywho, so Liza recently sat out and did an interview where she exposed some Kardashian tea because, you know, she's no longer friends with the family after being friends with the family for over 15 years, probably even more. But she has fallen out with all of the girls. And this is what she had to say about the fallout.
So did you have like a bad run-in with Kanye? I guess I just don't understand why he would say like, don't hang out with this person or unfollow this person.
We always had a great relationship. I don't know, when people are not happy, when people are trying to figure out their own shit, I feel like they want to put pressure and blame other people for their situation. And, you know, I've seen that happen so much that it's like, I get it. You know what I mean? I understand. I get it. Like, is it hurtful? 1000%. It's hurtful that people think like I hooked up, like I'm trying to ruin like Chloe's life. I'm like, dude, I would never do that. Like, you know, that's not even my personality. My personality is all about love and support. And I've been there and I've supported them through everything. So if Kanye feels like Kim and, you know, him are better without me, then let them be without me. I'm okay with that. Do I look like I'm suffering? Do I look like I'm in pain? I'm okay. I will survive. Was it hurtful? Yes. But do I have love from a lot of other places? Yes. So this, you know, like I was like, no. So,
okay, but why Chloe and Kourtney too? Because that's separate.
Because he literally has brainwashed the whole family into thinking that like I don't even know what. I don't even know. You know, I don't know.
None of them gave you a reason.
No, I swear I don't even know. Like I know that like, and like a lot of people know this and a lot of people don't, but he talked so much about me being this and that and this and that. And I feel like I ran into Travis Scott one night at a club and Travis called Kylie and said that I was hitting on him. And that never happened. Yeah. So then that was like, oh, well, Kanye says she's this. And then she was hitting on Travis. And I'm like, by the way, that never happened. I came and left with the same people I came with. That never freaking happened. Like, was he delusional? Because I know he raps about him being the highest in the fucking room. So clearly, maybe he was the highest in the fucking room. He imagined all this shit. Because it has to.
Okay, but why? Yeah.
You know, like I would never do that. I would never in a billion years do that.
So do you feel that he's brainwashing the family to think that you're trying to ruin relationships that they're in? Like, I'm just trying to get to what he would tell them.
I honestly don't even know. That's what I'm trying to say to you. I don't know. He used to call me at 4, 5, and 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was like the person that would take his calls at 4, 5, and 6 in the morning when he wanted to rant. And I would listen to him, and I would be like, I love you. You're the best. Like, things will get better. Like, I was his go-to person to call when he wasn't happy with X, Y, and Z. How that turned, maybe because, you know, I blocked him on my phone because I just couldn't bear taking his calls anymore. I was just like, I can't, I'm drained. So I blocked him on my phone. So he, obviously that really upset him. So then he turned that into like, oh, she's this and she's that. And then like, they all started to like ride his wave of I'm this or I'm that, which, I mean, if you're that easily swayed, like, you know, like I would never do that.
So here's my feelings on this, and we have another part to this story as well. So I think that Larsa is full of shit when she says she don't know why they don't like her anymore and why they stopped talking to her. I know I have had instances where somebody that I was really close with just stopped talking to me for no damn reason, and I still to this day don't know why that person stopped talking to me. Everything was fine, and then that person stopped talking to me. So I'm not going to sit here and say things like that can't happen. But in this instance, I think that she does know why they stopped talking to her. I've always said that the true sign of a friendship is how the person treats you or speaks about you after you all are no longer friends. And that's the same thing in relationships. When a person starts spilling all the tea, dogging you, this is that, they was never your friend in the first place. But I'm one of those people, when I fall out with somebody, I don't go around bashing them, telling all their secrets, giving all the tea, da-da-da-da-da. I'm not that person, because if I was your friend, I was truly your friend. And whatever was told, said, went down between us in our friendship, that's going to stay here in my bubble. The world don't need to know that. So the fact that she's now doing interviews and this, and that, giving little bits of tea here and there, that goes to show, bitch, your heart was never that genuine anyway. And not to say that the Kardashians are angels, because they're not, but I feel the reason why Kim stopped fucking with her, because why are you on the phone with my husband at 5 and 4 o'clock in the morning? First of all, I don't give a fuck if this nigga is bipolar. That ain't my business to be on the phone with you trying to talk you down as a friend. I would never be on the phone with one of my best friends, nigga, trying to talk to him and calm him down. That's for his wife to do. That's for his mother-in-law to do. Hell, if that's the case, it might be even one of his sister-in-laws, but I feel like that ain't even their place. So why is one of her friends or you on the phone talking to my nigga? I feel like that was part of the issue. Kim found out that y'all was having these damn phone calls and felt some type of way. Because that's the first thing. I'll never forget, it's this one episode of the Kardashians that maybe took place about 2 seasons ago, where they were on vacation. And it was Courtney. It was for Courtney's birthday. That's what it was. It was for Courtney's birthday, and Larsa was there. And Larsa kept on talking about, I want to kick it with these guys. I want to invite these guys. And Chloe and Courtney wasn't feeling it. They were just like, we having a girls trip. Like, calm the fuck down. Like, she was acting so thirsty and just on some hoe shit. And they was looking at her like, bitch, calm the fuck down. Mind you, she older than all their asses. So it's just like, how your old ass just want to be turned up so much? Like, calm the fuck down. Larsa gives me I Want to Be Young, and she gives me Death Becomes Her tease. If you ever seen the movie Death Becomes Her, starring Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn, that's what she gives me. Like, she's going to do whatever she can to stay young and be out here thotting and bopping. I know early this year, before COVID, she was kicking it with the city girls and shit. I'm like, why are you hanging with these kids? You literally have children these girls' age. Like, what are you doing hanging with these little girls? Like, she was hanging with the city girls, hanging with Emily B's daughter. Like, what are you doing with these kids out at 12 o'clock at night, girl? You should be at home with your kids, because she still got little babies. Like, what the fuck is you doing? As far as the Travis Scott situation, he just gonna call Kylie and lie on you and say that you was trying to talk to him? Nah, something ain't right about that. Y'all all give me hoe vibes. Obviously, y'all fuck each other niggas based on the next story that's coming up. We all know that the Kardashians some hoes. They don't give a fuck about taking one of their homegirls' man. So it gives me very much, you was in the club with your girls, you seen Travis out, and you probably did try to push up to see if he was gonna take the bait, because obviously it was something more going on between you and Kanye. Okay. I feel like you and Kanye was probably fucking around. I really honestly do. Really honestly do. And I remember when he was having one of his little breakdowns earlier this year, didn't he tweet about Larsa? Didn't he tweet about her? It was something going on there between them two. Something ain't right between that. And that's why Kanye was like, fuck her. You don't need to be friends with her, Kim. She was trying to push up on me. Something wasn't right about that. This is the next part of the story where she reveals that she was the one that was actually talking to Tristan first.
Like, do I really give a fuck? Should I give a fuck? I
mentioned Tristan. Now, you said you brought his name up. I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't ruin Chloe's relationship. There has been a lot of stories in the news saying that there is this rumored relationship. Can you clear up those rumors for us? Was there ever anything?
Well, I kind of was seeing Tristan before Chloe or any of them even knew he existed. I was seeing him. I had him come to LA. I brought him to a party Kim had. I introduced him to all of them. And then a week later, maybe 10 days later, he started seeing Chloe, which is fine. I don't even care. It's just whatever. Like, I don't care. I'm the type of person, I don't chase what's not for me. I will never chase a man. I will never put a leash on a man. I don't do that. I feel like, let you be great, and if you want to be other people, Go ahead. I don't, I'm great.
If you didn't give a fuck, then you wouldn't have brought it up. You do care. You're trying to hurt them because you feeling some type of way. But y'all all some hoes. Y'all some hoes because, first of all, if I bring a nigga to an event, okay, and then I find out 10 days later he fucking with one of my homegirls, not some bitch that I don't even fuck with like that, but shit, that's even wrong. But one of my main ace boon coons, oh bitch, I'm fucking my friend up, first of all, because the niggas gonna do whatever. But my friend, a bitch that know me, we hang, we best friends, we like family. Because first of all, if I'm at an event, how did y'all even exchange numbers? The fuck is going on here? Like, Like, Chloe would have got slapped in her motherfucking forehead. But we all know, like I said, Chloe and that damn Kim and Kylie will fuck a bitches that they call they homegirl nigga in a minute. Kylie did it to Scott, what's her name? Justine Scott with Travis Scott. She did it to Black China. Kim did it to Amber. Girl, oh Lord. Chloe did it to Trina and whoever else. Girl, bye. But yeah, y'all just awesome hoes. Y'all sure niggas. The fuck? Y'all awesome little nasty ass hoes. But yeah, both of them would have got boxed upside their forehead. Like, I know I heard that Chloe unfollowed Tristan after this. So I was like, girl, stand in your truth. You knew what the fuck was going on. Don't try to unfollow that nigga now. Cause you know they just came back as being in a relationship. This is that. Girl, the whole thing is just stupid. But I'm looking like, where's that energy that y'all had for Jordan? Why y'all ain't got that same energy for Larsa? Because Larsa know all y'all tea, and y'all don't want more of y'all tea exposed. Because why y'all ain't getting online cussing her the fuck out and trolling her like y'all did Jordan for damn near 2 weeks? And Jordan even took to her to Twitter and said, make it make sense. And I was like, exactly. Like, because how you mad at me, even though what I did was wrong, but I'm a kid. I'm a kid. Like, I'm literally 20, 21 years old, 22 at that. I'm a kid. I fucked up. I made a mistake. But y'all straight bash this little girl. Grown ass 30, 40-year-old women bashing this little girl online. But the whole time, Chloe took him from one of the homegirls. And what made it even crazier, that Larsa was one of the people online bashing Jordan when this shit went down. Like, all y'all crazy. All y'all some hoes. I never forget when I was in high school. I was fucking with this dude named Antoine. And it was these group of girls that all hung with each other. They was their own little clique. And 2 of the girls in that clique used to fuck with him. Right? But them 2 bitches then decided not to like me. Somebody they're not friends with. I don't know these hoes. I don't talk to these hoes. They decided not to like me. Even though the both of them that fuck with the same nigga, but they didn't like me. Like this shit. Make it make sense, Jesus. Make it make sense. This is exactly like y'all all just nasty. All y'all nasty. All y'all some hoes. You get what you give. That's why Chloe going through what she going through, because you get them, you lose them how you get them, you get them how you lose them, whatever that goddamn terminology is. That's what your fucking ass get, bitch. That's what the fuck you get. So that's all the tea I got for y'all today. I just want to let you guys know that next month I will be doing a video every day in December again. Remember, we did it last year, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, this was a great episode of Spill the Tea. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you laughed. I hope you got some information that you did not know. Make sure to once again to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. We almost got an hour-long video today. God damn, bitch. I did not intend for this video to be this long. But whatever, I digress. Thank you guys for watching. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.